Hi, this is Tammy. This video and this channel's content is meant for those that are 18 and over. Thank you. Hi everybody, this is Tammy and I'm back with my last entry for Veronica's Try It Tuesday series. So Veronica, who's V-Ballin1 here on YouTube, she was hosting or she was doing a series for I think it was 4 weeks that she actually posted videos of things on her crafty bucket list that she wanted to try. So and then she invited anybody else that wanted to join. So I have posted 2 other projects. The first one was a tag flip book, which I had been wanting to try for a long time, but I hadn't done one yet. And then the second project was the large paperclip banners or flags. I had been wanting to try that for a long time and I hadn't, so I was really happy to get those off of my list of things to do and to try, and I will definitely be making more of both of those. So for my final project, so I know this is Sunday, Tuesday's long gone, but I still wanted to post it because I was expecting to actually have this project done and post my video at least by Thursday. But it was it took a lot more than what I thought it was going to, and so it was a little time consuming to actually do the project. So I didn't finish it, so I didn't have time to finish it during the weekend, so I finished it actually yesterday, and so today I'm posting my video. So I'm going to show you first what I created, or first what I used. So my project is inspired by Marilyn G. Here on YouTube years and years, well, it was at least a couple of years ago. I don't exactly remember what year, but it has been at least a couple of years. She posted this project on her YouTube channel, and she had done it for, I think it was a swapped or a gift or something, and she used Tilda paper, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. I'm going to go look for that die. So I immediately, after watching her video, I found the die online, I purchased it, and I've never used it. So this was my chance to actually break it out, and here it is. It is the Sizzix Cantilever box or sewing box die, and these are the pieces that it cuts. There, sorry for the glare. So those are the pieces that it cuts. So you actually have to cut this. You have to cut this box right here 6 times. You have to cut the top 2 times. These are the feet. You cut that 2 times. And then these you cut 8 times. And then the longer one you cut 4 times. So I cut them both on 110-pound cardstock. And then I also cut it out in the paper. So, and then you had to put it together. Which was another issue. But whatever, I got it done. It looks really good. And then I couldn't decide on what paper to use. And then I came across this paper collection that I had purchased on, I think it was HSN, and it was a kit. So the kit came with the paper. It came with, so I used this paper. I used some of these resin pieces, or 2 of them, one green, one yellow. It also came with bows. It came with some stickers, some like really thin cardboard ephemera, and like a decoupage layering kit thing. Anyway, so on this particular project, I used the paper, I used the resin, I used one of the bows, I used this mustard seed distress ink, and I used an applique, or pieces of an applique. I used some of this lace. I used some resin pieces, one similar to this, and I think this is Recollections. I used a porcelain flower. I used some Wild Orchid craft flowers in different styles and sizes. I used this one, which is really, really pretty, and some other ones. And I also used some brads that were shaped like buttons, which I had. You actually need 28 brads. And I was like, oh my goodness. I I didn't realize all that before I started the project, so I'm like digging through all my brads trying to find something, you know, that I had at least 28 of that was the same and that was cute. And I came across the buttons and I didn't have 28 in one particular color, so I used a mix of the colors, but it still came out really, really cute. So here is my cantilever sewing box, and it does open, it does operate. The top from the photo, you could also so what they did here is they put the lids on the top boxes, and then they put like a thin piece of like padding material that they used to be like a stick pin holder. And then also they show here that they use some Tim Holtz hitch posts and then like a thin piece of elastic. So I did not do that. I used Velcro instead. And I didn't put the pin cushion either. I covered it with flowers instead. But it's worked. It works. It's operational. It looks really good. The boxes stack nicely. That was the thing that I was worried about. I didn't want the boxes to look all wonky and stuff like that. So the issue, one of the main issues that I had is this is the box. And I should have, there was two that I cut that were, I put like two pieces of paper together and I cut it. And the score lines were, it etched so much, it's etched the score line so much that the paper actually cut in that place. So I had to cut each of the boxes individually. I couldn't stack the paper. And then when I did that, the score lines, they didn't really make an impression. So then I had to go back and score each one on all four sides again in order to fold them. And then if you can see, there's no tab or anything like that to actually put the box together. So you're just putting glue on each edge and then holding it together and hoping that, you know, it'll dry. So I ended up taking just like small pieces of paper and scoring it and then putting it on the outside to be a tab to hold the box closed. Because I figured if I tried to do it the other way, they weren't going to line up good. They weren't going to be, you know, really, they just weren't going to form correctly. So I did that. I also used that art glitter glue, which I love. I really love that glue on paper projects. It's a wet glue, but it doesn't like warp your paper or anything like that, and it dries really nice, and I just love it. And then the other thing is when I cut the pattern paper, obviously it's the same exact size as the cardstock paper that I cut. So then when I tried to, you know, put it on or wrap it around, it was short. So you can see there's some edges where the papers didn't meet, which, you know, it's fine. I used the Distress ink to kind of hide that. And then also the inside, you can see the brads. So I had to cut paper, and I hated that. You can see the brad legs or whatever, stems. I don't know what you call the you know, the bottom pieces of the brads. So I cut paper to cover the inside, only the sides though of the boxes. And so then on the top, as you can see, so on the bottom, I put this really pretty lace. I put it also here on the flaps. That was the other thing. So the lid, it cut. So this is the lid. It cut a tab for you to put it. It cut a tab for you to put on the back side of the box, and then this is the part of the lid that opens. So this is the tab that kind of is like the hinge for the flap. So I actually I did cut these. I was going to use them, and then actually here it is right here. And then I ended up not using it because I wanted an additional flap to go over the front edge of the box. So I just measured this, cut it out, and then scored it 1/2 inch on both ends, and then just taper cut it so that I could use a tab and then also have a flap to go over the front edge. So then like I said, I used Velcro on it. And then I put the lace there. And then, so I started my cluster here on the top with a square doily. One of these, I just used the edge and I put it like that on as a diagonal. And then I put a piece of, you can actually see some of it right here. I put a piece of a wedding trim there. You can see loops from one of the bows that I actually cut up and just put loops in different spots. There's another piece right here. And then these are pretty much the majority of these, all the mulberry flowers are all Wild Orchid Crafts. And then here's the green resin piece, and then there's the yellow one. That's a little Prima button. This is from the little cardstock tag ephemera pack. And then there's Wild Orchid Craft flowers, and this is one of the little stickers. They have a sticker set, or the ephemera set is actually sticker flowers, and they are really cute. So that's one of those that has the yellow color on it. And then more Wild Orchid Craft flowers. And then this one actually is the same flower here, but I took off the bottom 2 layers, and then so that to make it a smaller flower. And then this is one of those layers. I just took it and rolled it to make another flower there. That's a little resin flower. Here's the porcelain rose. More Wild Orchid Craft flowers. And then this is a crocheted little applique that I had purchased from downtown LA. So it's one of these hand embroidered flowers. So I thought that was really pretty and added a nice little texture, a different texture to the grouping. And then this side too, the same thing, has a Velcro closure. So I actually made this for somebody else. That's why it's not like full on shabby pink or green or or blue or whatever. But I will most likely, I'm definitely going to use the die again because I love this. And you know me, I love pretty storage. And this is really cute because it's 6 individual boxes that are covered, that you can actually put embellishments or like sequin mixes or whatever. So one of the things I've already put in here is some little embellishments that I made. And these are using the card pack, and not the card pack, the ephemera pack. So here they are. So this is the this is called a decoupage pack, and it has different pieces in it that you can pop out. And then it also has some papers that come in this pack. This is all part of that same kit that I got on HSN. And then this is a combination of this. It's called Fresh Cut Flowers stickers. So that's all of these pieces. And then on the back there was another like cardstock packet that had tags on it. Different kind of tags, round, flag, tiny ones, larger ones. So I used some of those tags on a project. And then these are the rest of them. I just put them all in the same package. But I just took, for these, I took some of those tags and flags. And then some of the flowers. And then I just layered them using pop dots. And to create a 3-dimensional embellishment that can be used on projects. And I think they came out super, 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 super pretty. So that's you know, one of the things that you can do. This can be friend mail or happy mail. You can send it to a crafter and put some handmade embellishments or some store-bought embellishments and put those in there. I wanted to see if I could get one of my sequin mixes to fit, but I don't think they will fit in there. Let me get one. I think it's too big. So these are those little boxes that I had gotten from Dollar King with some of the air dry clay pieces that I had made. So let me see. Oh, so it does not fit the bottom one, at least not with the air dry clay piece on it. But the little box fits in there nicely, really nicely. So that's a thought. That's a thought right there. Let's see if it'll fit on the top. It'll fit on the top, but then that leaves you like with a tiny gap when you close, and the lid still closes, but it'll leave like a little tiny gap. But I think that's fine. But yeah, you can definitely use this for Happy Mail or Friend Mail. It's a little 3D dimensional box, and it'll hold a lot of goodies. So thank you again, Veronica, for this super fun series and for making me craft and to pull things and do things out of my my crafty to-do list and get them done. And this one, like I said, it was very challenging, but it was very fun. And oh, I didn't show a close-up. These are the button brads. They are just so adorable, and I had them in 2 different sizes, and I just barely had enough. And when you're done with the box, like putting out everything and putting all the brads, there's 2 holes here and a hole here and a hole here that these little levers don't, you know, don't connect to. So I didn't want to leave those, and it cut it out on the paper, so I didn't want to leave those, so I still put brads in those holes also. So the whole thing is, you know, all the holes are covered. So yes, thank you, Veronica, and thank you also, Marilyn, for the inspiration and for making me spend my money. But when I saw her project, I was like, oh my gosh, I have got to get that. And then also Bona has been showing, I think last week or maybe the year before, the week before, I think she showed some other little projects that you can do with this die without doing this full, you know, the full 6 boxes. You can make it smaller or do different things with it. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and I will put a link in the description box to Marilyn's channel, to Veronica's channel, and also Veronica made a playlist for, you know, everybody that joined in on the series. So there's a lot of ladies that joined in, and there's a lot of videos out there of things that they have tried for the first time that was on their list. So definitely go and check out the playlist and check out all the videos. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're all having a really great day. Bye!